Neil Robertson sunk the final ball. The silence was kind of deafening. He didn't even know he'd won. It was an amazing match, but the crowd would have certainly made it a better one.
20.
I think the standard of snooker has been extremely high this season. Whether that's because there isn't a crowd or whether the majority, a huge amount of it, has been played in one venue, where the conditions will very rarely change very much.
And also, of course, they're not flying around the world to places like China where, you know, you can get tired and jet lagged and all the rest of it. Anyway, Barry Hawkins here must be sensing a chance today. Even though Trump made that break in the last frame, he's not 100% yet.
I'm not sure quite what he played there. It looked to me like he's always going to screw into the side of the black. The angle on the red was unavoidable, really. It wasn't straight enough to just slip beyond it. Maybe play on the pink to the middle is what he might have tried. So, has to walk away.
Barry Hawkins, 28.
A useful lead, but not much more than that at this stage. 30 points. Yeah, well, the shot that Hawkins played opened the door for that shot from Judd. Barry probably could have done more with the safety shot there, and now he's in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he's going for the single red. Not bad, although, again, hand on table for Judd Trump is a combination you don't want to leave him for anything at this sort of range.
One.
Table's been recovered overnight, I understand, because Trump wasn't too enamoured of the playing conditions here at the Welsh Open. He said the tables were slow, having been used to the conditions that we mentioned at Milton Keynes. Bowed out pretty early on in that event. I quite like seeing people not being happy with losing, though. I don't get this idea you should be sort of full of beans after you lost. It should hurt, shouldn't it? Stephen Hendry and Steve Davis were terrible losers, and the best winners the sport's ever seen. Try interviewing Stephen when he's lost. I've done it, believe me, it's not any fun.
Seven.
Oh, that's just gone wrong again, hasn't it? Their little flick on the red on the way through. The balls aren't quite running, are they, at the moment, for, I guess, either player. Just a little flick on that red, and it took the pace out of the cue ball. It would have been, I think, behind the pink to the left middle otherwise.
Thank you, brown ball. Good Trump, 7.
A lot of us thought yesterday's match could be a real late finish, a close finish. Of course it wasn't. It was 10-3 to Selby. I wonder if this is the one this week. Could go all the way. Of course, first night was 10-8 of Sullivan and Higgins. I think it's going to come down to, and Alan said this at the start, Judd Trump, you fancy at some point in a long match will click into gear, reel off 3 or 4 frames in a row. But if that doesn't happen, then it could be Hawkins' day. Sure, Hawkins delighted to be in this event. It's not been his best ever season, but it's obviously been consistent enough. Of course, semi-finalist at the Players' Championship, that helped enormously. Semis of the German Masters as well, where Trump beat him in terms of getting the points to get in the tournament.
Yeah, I must admit, it does seem quite difficult to think of how a player could get in this without reaching a final or winning something, but you've underlined the consistency he's shown this season. Well, despite a sort of fairly extended bout of safety shots, the balls aren't in too bad a position. Often a long bout of safety sees everything go safe. It not quite happened here. He's not got his range, has he? And he just put his hand up there as if to say, I don't know, is not happy with something. I don't think he's looked happy all match, you know. I don't know why. Body language, for me, isn't great. I could easily be wrong about this. He might be able to turn it on. I know what this game can do. If you're not completely comfortable out there, then things don't always go the way you hope. The other thing I will say, it's coming up to a nervy time of the year, isn't it, with snooker? This tournament's big, the World Championship's coming up. Now, this is where things get very serious. Matches are long. Your game is under a lot of scrutiny.
Yes, that's right. And you've also, there'll be a lot of interviews to be done, and you've got to sort of work out how to pitch it. There was one year where Trump really talked himself up to, in the end, pretty ridiculous levels, and it didn't pay off for him. He may go the other way this time and just take the pressure off, which is what Ronnie often does. All that's got to be balanced as well. Part of being a top player, how you conduct yourself, what you say.
4.
Barry has got to try and get this frame 1 here, because it's a great opportunity now for that to happen.
Ila.
You get the feeling this is the shot which would win the frame. Just in behind the red, nicely, red colour. Anything higher than the yellow, which he's not going to be playing on anyway.
70. 18.
Just a little awkward here, queuing over the red and the pink. Don't think anything flashy is going to happen. And, not so. So 48 in it. A couple of snookers required.
25.
Judd really should carry on. Frame's not entirely over.
Barry Hawkins, 25.
Yeah, he's in that position where he feels should be my frame, but until you actually see it on the scoreboard, of course, you haven't got it. Trump were to get one snooker, then it gets interesting.
I'm not sure. Well, he's lucky that's gone in, because I would have been moving that red below the black on that last shot. If it had stayed over the pocket, he could have been in trouble. But I think it's end of frame. A little bit of good fortune in a frame he otherwise deserved to
Barry
win.
Hawkins, 1. And the
Yeah, that's not going to cheer up Judd Trump, is it? What happened there? End of frame, low scoring frame it was. Hawkins happy, though, to put it on the board, of course, having lost the last two. So Barry Hawkins back in front, leading Judd Trump by 3 frames to 2.